Welcome back to another Titan Bros video. It's going to be an exciting video. We're going to break down the 1-9 Panthers v the 3-7 Tennessee Titans, the matchup everyone's been waiting for. So welcome in. We're going to have a great show.
Yeah, this game doesn't have much excitement to it. An awful Panthers team, an awful Titans team. I will warn you people, I'm a little under the weather, so if my voice sounds not great, that's why. But the show must go on, and we must do this preview of this exciting game we have on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, we're all looking forward to it.
And let's face it, honestly, if you're the Panthers or Titans, do you really want to win at this point? So you could have two teams that's like already looking into the offseason, seeing what they can draft,
I'm going to say Panthers are wanting to win because, as we said right before I hit the start button, they don't have a first-round pick next year.
Well,
so
that's actually a good point. That's a good point.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they'd have as far as I understand, they have their second-round pick. So if they are the worst team in the league, they're going to have the first pick of the second round, the first pick of the third round, and so forth and so on. But still, the safest picks are always those first-round picks. Unless you're the Titans, then it's a gamble. All of them are gambles. But anyways,
looks like a hit.
Yeah, besides Scroncy looks like a hit, it's nice being able to draft an offensive lineman that you're like, you are a day one starter. You're going to be our best offensive lineman already. He's also so far been the best O lineman in that the whole rookie class.
Yeah, that's tackles, guards, centers, that's everything.
Yeah, because there's some people with some promise like Broderick Jones, and who was the guy the Cardinals got that Paris Johnson Jr. There's I feel like most mock drafts had Paris Johnson Jr. going to the Titans. But here's the thing though. Peter Skronsky's might be higher ranked, but I'd almost rather have a slightly not as high ranked left tackle than a high ranked left guard.
That's the only problem about a guard. Now, every position is important, but when you have so many holes like we do, when you say, "Don't worry, guys, in the first round we fixed one guard," it's just hard to get excited about that. There's just so much more important positions, but. Granted, he was supposed to be a tackle, and I guess that just never really worked out.
They ever even really. I think he had like one practice where he like subbed in a little bit at tackle, but they really never gave him even a shot. He was
a tackle in college.
Yeah, I know. That's why I find it odd they gave him like half a practice as tackle and then as guard from then on out. But I mean, he's been good at guard, but whatever. We're really just chasing rabbits, and we haven't even started. Like we're going with the Panthers. That's what we're supposed to be talking about. We're talking about Spears Skronsky, but. Hey, he's been good for us. So anyways, before we jump right on in, make sure if you're watching the video, you drop it a like and a comment, because just a couple videos ago, we had a comment and a like and a new subscriber. And just by that, I guess it just like completely boosted the whole algorithm. And that video got so many more views and likes than our normal ones do. So please drop likes. And please comment, because I enjoy reading y'all's comments. The ones that we do get helps us further the show, the conversation, more outreach, more people will see it, so forth and so on. You look dead inside.
Okay. I was just listening to you ramble on.
You look like this right here. I'm talking, you're going right there. This is probably how you feel about the Tennessee Titans season.
Yeah.
Because it's ridiculous. We talked about that not long ago, how Titans haven't been out of contention this early since 2015. So very sad. But anyways, we're not talking about that. We end up taking little peeks into the off season every single time we try to do a video ever since we've got like our 5th and 6th loss. But anyways, we're going to go ahead and hop right in to quickly go over this, what I've gotten better at quickly going over the injury report. Out is the suspected Hubbard, which I'm hearing Hubbard's probably out for season. So the fact that he's not on IR yet was weird. But Chris Hubbard's out. Traylon Burks is out. Questionable is Terrell Edmonds and Luke Gifford, who are both complete non-factors in my opinion, so I don't give a crap about that at all. And then there's all the people like the D-Hop and the Derrick Henry and the Ndiko Autry's, people like that who's on there for like rest / just something. Like Derrick Henry's on there with an ankle, but he's had that all year. They're all good to go. The other team, they're actually injured. Hayden Hurst, out. Next one, Jeremy Chin, he's a safety, out. Adam Thielen, it says is questionable. Nope, I lied to you. Not Adam Thielen. Sam Franklin, who's also a safety, is questionable. Marquess Haynes, outside linebacker, is questionable. But then here's the thing that's going to help us: C.J. Henderson and J.C. Horn, both those cornerbacks, doubtful. Frankie Louvu, who's a outside linebacker, is questionable. And then, dang, I just hit something. Yeter Gross Matt Pulse, he's an outside linebacker. Never heard of him. He's out. So they have like 3 outs and 2 doubtfuls, I think is what it was. But that's all there is to say about that. No surprises there.
Yeah. I mean, the good thing about Chris Hubbard being out, one was he wasn't playing very well at the end last few weeks.
No, he started off really, honestly, playing way better than I ever thought he could, but it's been kind of a decline.
But one thing is, when you have a season like this, where clearly we're not gonna reach our, expectations, we're not gonna make the playoffs. You get him out of the way, and I mean, obviously don't want no one to get hurt. But we put in young people like Duncan. Let's see what he has. Yes, he's a late round pick, but a lot of people said that he was a steal from when we got him. So let's see. For the weeks left, I would like to see us start him every week, and let's see what he has. Maybe he has nothing, but that's fine because what's going to happen? We're going to lose. That's what we're doing anyway. But maybe he has some potential. So let's see.
I mean, most people had a 4th round grade on him. Yeah, I think that's something we kind of forgot to mention because we talked about it before we hit record. But they did say Jalen Duncan's going to start, even though Andre Dillard's good to go with his concussion. That Jalen Duncan is going to start at left tackle for us.
I mean, he can't be much worse
Panthers.
than Dillard.
No, you really can't. Because Dillard didn't play, I think, 2 games this year, maybe 3, but he still allowed the most amount of sacks of any player in the NFL this year. So let that sink in.
Where we getting these guys? Dennis Daly, Dillard. It's like it's like we're trying to find the most safety tackles out there.
Which makes you wonder how the heck he ever got drafted in the 1st round. Talk about bust.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, not on his account though, because he gets a 1st round pick paycheck, for the first 4 years. I'm assuming they didn't pick up his 5th year option. And then he gets a $30 million deal. I think it's $29 million, but with the Titans. So, you're kind of a bust. Somehow you're getting paid good to be a bust.
Paid good, yeah.
So,
but
good for him, I guess. But yeah, so Jalen Duncan getting the start. That's hecka good, in my opinion, because I agree. Andre Dillard's not the future. Nicholas Petit-Frere probably out for season. Chris Hubbard probably out for season. So it'd be nice to see Jalen Duncan because you need to figure out what kind of holes you do have. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like I honestly haven't minded Monty Rice playing a bit the last week or 2 because I wanted to get him to get one more shot to see what he's made of, which still don't seem to be too fantastic. So like get these young people who are still under contract a chance so we can know exactly what holes we do have. Because sadly, that's what the rest of this season is. Unless we win out, which we can't even win out of Nashville, so we're not going to win out. Yeah. So unless we win out, we're not making the playoffs. So all we're trying to say at this point is what holes do we actually have to fill with our $100 million?
I do want to just say this right now to you, Gabe, okay? Mm-hmm. If Titans win, don't go overboard. Don't start the conversation. Well, we win out, we make the playoffs. Yeah, no, Panthers are a bad team. Like, we're bad, really bad, but the Panthers are bad. So assuming we're gonna win, let's not jump to conclusions when we beat them, and maybe beat them bad. I don't know, but if we do, let's not jump conclusions.
I mean, no, I'm not. I think. Well, I mean, record-wise, they are the worst team in the league. Like, if we lose to them, I hope we lose out. Because if we lose to them, I want us to lose out and be getting a top 3 pick. Agreed?
Yeah. We're home this game.
Mm-hmm.
So that definitely spells win. We're home and we're playing against Panthers. So, yeah, this is going to win. And not just a win, but I can see it being a impressive win because we'll beat them by 2 touchdowns. And the Titan fans don't get excited. And honestly, it could be almost what you call a bad win because it just affects what we draft more than anything.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, that's what I'm going to predict is that we beat them by 2 touchdowns. I already know what my score prediction is going to be. But yeah, so let's just talk about some matchups. I am interested to see what Jalen Duncan does because he's going to be going against their best defensive player. and was my draft crush back in 2019, maybe. Brian Burns, the edge rusher. He's just quietly had a solid NFL career. Like, I feel like whenever when people talking about good edge rushers, he never gets any talk at all. I mean, first of all, see, it was the 2019 draft. I was correct. He was first round, 16th overall. But like, I'm just gonna go into his sacks as a rookie, 7.5, then 9, 9, and then last year was 12.5. So he's just been a solid, starting edge rusher. What's he got this year so far? Let me take a quick gander. 5, it looks like. Yeah, he's already got 5 this season. So he's solid, and that's going to be a great test for Jalen Duncan's debut. He played like 10, 12 snaps last week, but I wouldn't call that a debut. Like, this is his starting debut. So I'm definitely looking at that matchup. Yeah, so what's something you're looking for?
I would like to see, this is kind of a basic thing to say, but I would like to see Will Levis play a Falcon type game here against this defense with quarterbacks out, being home against a bad team, go out there and play a good game. Like, if he doesn't play a good game here, that could be concerning because, he started off so hot, but honestly, every week he's just not been so good. Even last week, his stats was better than he played. So I would like to see a good game because, in my opinion, I don't know if the coaching staff's thinking this way, but in my opinion, Will Levis is still playing for his job, in my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't want to say, yeah, that's our guy. You know what I mean? So,
I mean, let's put it this way. If he ends the season with like 7 touchdowns and 10 picks, and we win like one more game, and we end up having like the 2nd overall pick, if he hasn't wowed us, we should at least have consideration and go after Drake May.
Yeah.
I would agree with you because I don't think that's going to happen. I think we're probably going to go with Will Levis unless he just completely bottoms out. But at the same time, he could bottom out. And I still personally was not impressed with him in college and was never happy with the pick. Now, again, I've always said I hope I live to see the day that I regret so badly how mad I was when we drafted him. So
another thing I want to see is I want to see Derrick Henry.
Sorry, bless me.
Derrick Henry. Panthers have a bad rush defense. Let's see if we can get Derrick Henry 100 yards. Because what has he been the last couple of weeks? Like 20 yards, 30 yards. It's been pathetic, to be honest. And, I think we both agree this is going to be Derrick Henry's last year with us. So I would like to see a couple more good, strong games from him before he leaves. Because it's just kind of sad seeing Henry being left to just 20 yards, 25 yards. That's pathetic. But, let's see him have a good, strong game here.
I mean, our whole offense has just been so disgusting.
Pathetic.
Because, like, nobody gets enough anything. DeAndre Hopkins does not get enough targets. Kyle Phillips doesn't get enough targets. Chris Moore is the most explosive player we have on offense. He doesn't get enough touches. Derrick Henry doesn't get enough carries. Like, I just look, like, I think it was last week it's 30 something. We only ran 30 something. I think it might have been 32 offensive plays.
That's because all we do is 3 and outs.
Awful. We do 3 and outs.
Yeah.
Like, that's awful. Nobody gets a chance to see if anybody's any good.
But I remember you and I saying that last year with Todd Downing, and sadly this year, no better.
I agree.
That's annoying. I just really real quick want to go over some things with the Panthers because I just looked it up. The offense, 29th in points scored. Bad.
Nice.
The passing yards per game is 26th, and the running is 29th. So they're not good at anything. So if our defense, I want to see our defense keep them 20 points or less. How about you? Because
I'd say less than 20 points because we let the Steelers get 20 points. We let Mike Evans basically by himself get 20 points.
Yeah.
I need to see less than that.
Yeah.
Teens. And let's be honest, our defense needs a bounce back game because we allowed 34 points, and that's the first time we've allowed 30 all season. And not just that, but it's been the first time we allowed 30 in a long time. Actually, I think last time we allowed 30 points might have been against the Jaguars last year. The first game.
The defense points allowed is 31st. So that's why the bad game. The offense is 29th in points scored, and their defense is 24th points allowed.
So they allow a lot of points and they score
Yes.
very few.
Now, here's the thing about I noticed the passing defense is 6th. So that's good. That might hurt Will Levis. Now, good. The 2 quarterbacks are out. So doubtful.
And not just that, but let's be honest. I'm sure they get their butts kicked so soon that the team they're going against just starts running the football.
That's possible. But here's the thing. The rush defense is 24th. So that's why I said earlier, Derrick Henry, if you can't give me 100 yards for the 24th ranked hapless Panthers, then yeah, it's definitely time for you to go.
I'll take 80 something yards if he has an over 4-yard average.
And I was looking, the sacks, the 31st in sacks. So that's good. They're not going to create much pressure on us, hopefully. And then interceptions, they're really bad at 27th. But you know what the problem is? The 27th interceptions. You know who's 32nd? Titans.
Yeah, so, we don't intercept the football. And that's been a problem for a long time. I don't get it. I do not get it. We haven't had a good intercepting defense since like 2019. It's been a long time since we've gotten
this. Now, you know what's one of our biggest disappointments this year? We talked about this, but this right here says it. Our defense and our sacks is 21st. That's bad because we have too much talent.
That's too much talent. That's too much money and draft capital. Simmons is a first.
Yeah.
Simmons is first round pick. Harold Landry's a second round pick. We gave $21 million to Arden Key. We're giving $100 million, just short of $100 million, to Jeffrey Simmons. We're giving 87 or 88 million to Harold Landry. A lot of money and a lot of draft capital for 21st in sacks.
Yeah, that's pathetic. So that's something we need to correct. But here's the thing. This offense can't block. This offense, if there is an offense line out there worse than ours, it would be the Panthers. So that 24th sacks, you know, we need to make sure. Let's try to take that down. I guess technically we want it down a little bit on that. But I'm still thinking, I just don't know how we lose this. I want us to lose out. I know a lot of Titan fans don't like to hear other Titan fans say that, but I kind of want us to lose out because this season's washed for me. I would like to just get a good draft pick, but I don't know how we lose to this team. I really don't. I think we're a bad team, but we're not Panthers bad. Panthers can't run. The Panthers can't pass. The Panthers can't score. They can't stop other teams from scoring. They're just a bad team, and we're home. And let's just face it, we're better home than away. A lot better.
I'm not gonna lie, they're worse than they should have been, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I thought Frank Reich wasn't really the problem with the Colts. No, so I thought them getting an offensive head coach like Frank Reich was a good move for them. I thought Bryce Young was the second best quarterback. I always thought CJ Stroud. I always thought Stroud was the best. The fact that everybody just considered Bryce Young just to be the best, I was very confused by that.
But Bryce Young was 20,000 times, in my opinion, better than CJ Stroud in college. Just no way around it. Better than CJ Stroud. And Bryce Young would always win the head-to-head matchups, too. I just thought 100% Bryce Young was better. And you know what? I'm going to say something you might disagree with. I still say he's better if he was on a better team. The Panthers are just a pathetic, nothing to throw to, nobody running the ball, no offensive line. He is in a talentless wasteland over there. And I still am not giving up on him. I say, you know, they need to start giving him some talent. But that, you know, I don't want to talk up too much to come back about to go against. But he's having a bad year, don't get me wrong. But I think he has absolutely nothing. Besides Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen's been pretty good this year.
Very good, actually, for being 33 years old. Yeah. But yeah.
Sorry. Before we ended up getting Hopkins, so he's fine. But before that, why didn't we go get someone like Adam Thielen? Maybe it was just fine for us.
Well, he had been nothing but hurt the last 2 years.
True.
Yes, because I can remember when he first became available. I can remember even saying I'm 100% out on Adam Thielen. He hasn't had 1,000 yards in several seasons. He doesn't play as much as he needs to.
But here's the thing: I didn't want necessarily a 1,000-yard receiver because they're like, well, that's what Traylon Books is supposed to be. Is a 1,000-yard receiver.
That didn't happen. But I feel like they paid Adam Thielen a decent amount as well. Yeah, he's 33. Let me see if I can real quickly pull up what his deal is that he signed with them. It's a 3-year, why they're paying him a 3-year deal until he's 36 years old, worth $25 million. So about $8-ish million a year. I guess that's not terrible.
That's not terrible, especially with the production.
But again, he is 33 years old. But anyways, I thought they would be better because I thought Bryce Young. Obviously I thought C.J. Stroud would be better, but I still thought he's a first overall pick. He's got talent. Pair him with Frank Reich. Then they got Adam Thielen as the savvy vet, and then they actually in the second round drafted my receiver crush in this draft class in Jonathan Mingo. And that's who I had my eye on the whole time, and he's been kind of lackluster. Now I knew they didn't really have anything when it comes to the running game.
Yeah.
I see Jonathan Mingo so far, as long as this is updated. Oof. When you have to actually search in stats to find it, that usually means that they don't have a whole lot going on. 226 yards, no touchdowns. So that's it's nothing special.
Yeah,
but yeah, so and then they do have those J.C. Horn and Hendricks or Henderson. What was the other cornerback's name?
I don't remember.
Yeah, but those are good corners. I remember thinking like they have a couple nice corners. They got Brian Burns, they got Jonathan Mingo they just drafted, Bryce Young, obviously Adam Thielen. I was like, and then they brought in Hayden Hurst. I'm like, I don't think they're gonna be good, but they'll be all right. Like I could see them pushing for a around 500 type record.
Yeah, I agree. I did not think they were going to be 1-8, but here we are. But yeah, I say a win for the Titans. Here, you want to go ahead and do the scores? Oh no.
Yeah, we can. We can go ahead and hop into the scores. I do predict that this will be our last good victory. Maybe our last victory. I mean, I feel like we're not going to lose out after that. I feel like we'll steal one, whether it's the Colts or we'll steal maybe one against the Texans.
Yeah.
Like maybe we might steal us another dub. Or then like the Seahawks are the kind of team that they could beat anybody, but I also feel like the Seahawks could lose to anybody as well. So I feel like we'll win this one and just one more somewhere along the way. But I do think this will be the last comfy win that we get, and I do have it as 2 scores where we just beat them just 24-10. It's 2 touchdowns where it's like if like the game never felt close. Like maybe there's a point where we're 13 or we're 14 and then they score a touchdown. It's like, oh, it's almost halftime and it's 14-7 now, and they get the ball in the second half. And then that's basically it. And then we just get ourselves up 24, and then we just start running it 3 times in a row and punting to them and just run the clock out. That's pretty much how I predict it's going to go. Because as you were saying, our pass rush has a perfect opportunity to have a get-right game. Our rushing attack that's been a non-existent for 3 weeks has a perfect opportunity to have a get-right game. Will Levis, I think it's the top 2 corners that are out. I know at least J.C. Horn is their top corner, but I think it's their top 2 cornerbacks are out. Will Levis has a chance to actually, throw the ball around. I just think this is a good matchup for us. And we're also getting Sean Murphy Bunting back, which puts Roger McCreary back in the slot, which is where he's his best. Christian Fulton's still a mess. Not as bad as he was at the beginning of the season, but I still don't love him.
But it's definitely safe to say he's gone.
Yeah, he's going to be gone after the year. But I just feel like this, if we lose this game, then we should be concerned.
Yeah.
We should be really concerned.
I say but yeah, my score, I had the Titans at 24. I was actually thinking about going 30. I thought about going 30. But, it's just hard to do that when you see offense as pathetic as ours. But yes, we play so much better at home. I thought about going 30. That's still 1-2, but I'm going to stick with 24 and say we win 24-13.
How about this? 24 offensive points. Maybe he throws a pick 6. I think he actually throw a couple pick 6s.
He likes to go throw picks, but the problem is our defense does not pick the ball. It just
I agree.
It just we have 3 picks. I don't know where that third one was because I know we have one.
It's McCreary, Hooker. Does Hooker have 2? Is there a chance that Hooker has 2?
Yes, Hooker has 2. Either way, it's pathetic. 3 picks in 10 games is pathetic.
I agree.
I mean, some teams get 3 picks in 1 game.
I mean, yeah. Our quarterbacks ain't afraid. Like,
but Ryan Tannehill.
Week 1 through 3 picks. It's so weird that Tannehill's such an afterthought out of nowhere. Yeah. See Taylor Lewan saying he should request a release.
Did he say that?
Taylor Lewan says Ryan Tannehill should request a release because then he'd go to the Browns and make Browns contender. And typically I would say that, but let's be honest. I love Tannehill and everything he did for our franchise. But this year, he was not good.
He was not good.
He was good against the Bengals. He was good against the Bengals, and that was about it. He threw a touchdown, ran a touchdown, and we won 27-3. But besides that, he was just nothing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that covers about everything. We talked about Titans and the Panthers. It's not an exciting game in any stretch of imaginations. And again, I kind of wouldn't mind Titans losing, but there's just no way for us to lose this game. Because Titans, you should never say no way, but Panthers are bad. They're a bad team. So, and we're home, and all that spells Titans get I guess that would be the 4th victory. But again, what does it matter? Because the Texans, Colts, and Jags look like they're a better team than us.
I mean, yeah, it's not our year. I was trying to figure out who that last interception was, but I couldn't find it. Hooker and McCreary, I know for sure, and I can't actually. I know it was Sean Murphy Bunting. Remember, Lamar Jackson just overthrew the wide receiver and landed right in Bunting's lap. So yeah. I mean, is there anything else we need to add about the game?
Nah, probably not. Keep it short and sweet.
Let's say these previews are probably going to get shorter, and it's going to be the post-game shows that are going to be longer because we want to talk about what holes really needs filled or what people are really showing some growth and things like that. The previews aren't as important because I hate to say, and it hurts my heart to say, but the winner doesn't matter as much to me.
Yeah.
But I know darn well every time we win, even if it is just 2 more games for the rest of the year, I'm going to be all psyched and happy and but in the end, they don't matter.
Yeah, like winning does not matter to me. Like to be some games, if you're in the contention, you can win ugly and you don't care. You just win. But like, imagine if we win ugly this game. We win 13-10. Will Evans has 0 touchdowns and 2 picks, and I mean, like, what is the point of that? We get a win, who cares? But we look like pathetic garbage against the game in the game. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I hope that's not what we do.
Yeah, same.
I want to see our young people show off. So, at least play well. So if we play bad but get a win, then I'm just like, that doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah, I agree. Either lose to help our draft positioning or get a nice statement win to show.
Just feel a little bit about your younger people.
Yeah, we were like, look, if we coach right and if we execute correctly, good things can happen. So I guess that's got to do it for the preview, Titans v. Panthers. Let's go out there and get a dub so we just have one more thing to cheer about before, we'll go ahead and do like we did last year and just kind of lose out and head ourselves on into the bye or the off season. So let's get on out of here and we'll talk to you after the Titans-Panthers game. Peace.